Okay.
Oscar, first off, what were your first initial reactions when this card was presented by your matchmakers to you?
Match made in heaven. Let's put it that way. I mean, we were excited when Eric Gomez, the VP, and Robert Diaz, my head matchmaker, talked to me about this. I was like, do whatever you can to make it happen. That's the fight that has to be made, and at the StubHub Center, and here we go. I mean, in June we're gonna get a tremendous fight, a great card from top to bottom, just the way we always do, and yeah, it's exciting.
Speaking of the undercard, do you have an idea or anything you can tell us about who's going to be on there?
Well, we don't yet, but we will shortly. And let me assure you that it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be stacked from top to bottom. We will be having a doubleheader on HBO. So we're working on a few things. We're making sure that that the card from top to bottom is one that the fans are going to really enjoy.
Is the doubleheader like a separate main event, or it's like your guys' fight and then another promoter's fight, or explain on that?
Yeah, no, it's our card from top to bottom. So yeah, so we're putting some really nice cards together, and some nice fights, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
LA's kind of busy that night. There's a UFC card at the Forum. Do you feel it might hurt at all? I don't know, different fan bases, but what do you make?
No. On the contrary, they're saying that this is the fastest selling card at the StubHub ever, and we're 3-4 months away. So it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be, I mean, there's no doubt about it. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting because people know fights, and people know matchups, and I mean, there's not one person that can talk bad about this fight. I mean, this is a great fight.
Oscar, el Bandido es un peleador como tú, fue olímpico, un peleador olímpico. ¿Qué empatía tienes con él? Y aparte de ser de box.
Pues fíjate que el Bandido es un peleador humilde, trabajador, tiene sus metas, ¿no? Que quiere lograr en el boxeo, ¿no? De ser campeón mundial en múltiples divisiones. El hecho de que fue olímpico, pues lo ayuda, ¿no? Es una gran ventaja porque tiene mucha experiencia como amateur. Pero el Bandido es un joven que tiene mucho que dar, y pues contra Salido va a ser una pelea fuerte, una pelea, una guerra, y pues esperamos que el Bandido pues salga como campeón, ¿no?
Está denominada la pelea del año.
Pues y ni han peleado, imagínate. La gente sabe lo que es el boxeo, y la gente sabe que esta pelea va a ser una gran batalla de dos guerreros en una arena, en el StubHub, en donde se han visto, ¿no? Muchas grandes peleas, ¿no? en esa arena, así que la gente de Los Ángeles va a quedar muy contenta.
Lo único que falta es la alfombra roja para tus peleas, ¿no? Tanta estrella que va ahí.
No, pues fíjate que es lo que atrae el boxeo. Por cualquier razón, por alguna razón, las estrellas, los actores, lo que sea, les encanta el boxeo, así que esta pelea aquí, pues no sé a quién vamos a ver, pero van a estar ahí. Yeah, well, we're working a few things with Ortiz, our heavyweight. He's demanding a huge fight, a big name. So we're working on a couple things. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. I apologize for that, but I can assure you that it's going to be a great next 3 quarters of the year for Golden Boy. I mean, a lot of fighters that we're building are coming up. A lot of fighters like Matisse, who wants to come back and fight in the second half of the year against a big name opponent. He possibly wants to go up to 47. So a lot of great names up there. So there's a lot of fights out there that we're working on. But for now, the cat will stay in the bag.
What has it been like talking to Matisse? We've seen some reports recently that he just doesn't have that drive to continue. What type of conversations have you had with him to motivate him?
I just think he's not ready yet. I just think, look, that loss for him was was a devastating loss for his spirit, for his soul. And I just strongly feel that he needs a little more time. But when he comes back, he'll be facing the top guys once again. I mean, that's who Matisse is. He has a fighting spirit. So he still has a lot to offer to the fight fans. And I think when he does come back, it'll be against a top name fighter in boxing.
Last question, guys. We gotta get to the press conference. Last question.
Oscar, when I spoke to you in December at your Christmas thing, when you first mentioned to me about your dream matchup would be Canelo versus Khan, was that already kind of in the mix, or is that like the first time you actually thought about it?
I actually just thought about that. Yeah, and then it happened. I mean, I just feel. I mean, the more and more I hear about Khan and the way he's talking and the way he's looking, and he's a confident fighter. I mean, that's why we love Amir Khan. I mean, when has Amir Khan been in a boring fight? And the fact that people say, well, he's coming up in weight. Yeah, he's moving up 4 pounds. It's no big deal. So I think this is going to be a terrific matchup. And again, I mean, I stand ground on what I said. I mean, and hold my feet firm is that this is a dream matchup. And I heard Bob Arum. Wants to talk to me about making Pacquiao Canelo. Well, I think that train has left the station. Canelo's now fighting. Canelo's now fighting the guy that Pacquiao didn't want to fight. He's now fighting Mayweather didn't want to fight him. So Canelo's fighting Amir Khan. So and after that, I mean, we have to discuss all the big name fighters at 160, including Triple G.
All right, guys, we gotta go. Thank you so much. We can do some more questions later. We'll try.
Is that what you're kind of considering maybe?
No, they're just in the mix. That's all it is. I mean, is he the next? No, not absolutely not. What we're trying to do is, we obviously want to build fighters for Canelo to face, and whether you're in the 54 division, which I still feel Canelo's can make easy, or the 60 division. I mean, this is the hot division now, and so we want to make sure that we build these fighters to create good fights.